light is so bright. Chill. Okay, guys, does someone want to close that door? Let's get started. I want to go over a couple things real quick. Okay. Okay, let's start, guys. I want to take these extra 3 minutes to talk about some stuff. So, guys, today has been super technical so far. Can we agree? Okay? First of all, everyone stand up, and I'm being dead serious. Don't be too cool for this. Everyone, we're on the count of 3. Everyone's going to scream as loud as they can. We're going to get some energy out. 1, 2, 3. Ah! All right, sit down. Hey, how do you guys feel? Hey. Couple of important things. I want to give you 4 little things that have nothing to do with my training to start off with. Number 1, you are a creator of energy. If you're having a bad day, go do something like what you just did. Like, you actually control way more of yourself than you think. But so many of us let our circumstances or the things that happen control us. Like, did you guys see the energy that just changed immediately? Right? Okay. So here's the 3 things I wanted to talk about. Number 1, guys, I believe that one area that we are not talking about that everyone can improve in is the morning meeting. My whole career, until I was the person standing in the front of the room, I came to every single morning meeting no matter how good I was. And by the way, most of those years, I was the number 1 rep. And I came to those meetings understanding that if I sit there and I listen, then I can get 1% better every single day. So I want you to start off and think about that. Like, I want you to answer this question. How serious did you take the morning meetings every single day last year? This company needs leaders. This company needs this group to take those meetings seriously. And I'm telling you, like, I've been sitting in these meetings and I'm like, man, I wish I was going out and selling this year because I'm learning so much. But so many vets kind of go to the morning meeting and they just kind of think they've made it and they don't pay attention and they're on their phone. And I'm telling you, like, don't be that guy or girl. So, second point before I get into my actual training. This is one of the things I'm the most passionate about. I'll talk about it probably again later, and I'll probably talk about it again tomorrow, and it's the concept of dreaming big. I want you to understand something. All of you have goals. I talked to a rep yesterday, and he asked me a question. I want you to kind of understand why I think it was the wrong question. He said, I'm trying to decide my goal. I'm trying to figure out what I think I can do. I said, that's the absolute wrong way to go about it. Because if you set a goal based off what you think you can do, you don't need to become a better version of yourself to hit that goal. You should set a goal that seems so impossible that it forces you to become a way better version of yourself. So I want everyone really quick to evaluate their goal. And if it doesn't scare the hell out of you, and if it doesn't make you like scared, then you're already the person that can hit it. And you don't have to go out and be a better version of yourself, and then you're going to let yourself down. No one that ever achieved anything great dreamed based off of reality. Do you think the Wright brothers, who put human beings, there was no such thing as planes, and they said, hey, we're going to put human beings in the air. Think that was crazy? Was there any base in reality? No, but look at what's happened because of it. I think Thomas Edison created the light. Was that like a realistic thing to put candles and electricity and a light, telephone? You look at Elon Musk, right? You look at all these guys. Even Todd Peterson. Had anyone taken a door-to-door company to $1 billion? No, and he did it 10 times bigger than that because he didn't dream based off of reality. He dreamed big. So that's my second point that I hope everyone takes away, and this has nothing to do with the training. The third thing, and I hope everyone owns this, and I would write this down. I'm telling you, it will make your summer and your life way better. You should own your success, and you should own your failure. Don't give that to anyone. Don't give that to any company, and don't give that to any situation. Guys, people are going to fail in here, and that's okay. I'm okay to fail. I'm okay to bagel. If I work the hours and I put my heart and soul into it, I can walk away with my head held high. And I don't walk into the morning meeting sad when I bagel because I knew I gave it my all. There was a lot of times in my career where I didn't give it my all, and then I'm sad. Guys, like, it's not a bad thing to fail sometimes, right? It's the same thing. I hear reps when they have success, they blame it on the area or they blame it on the situation. Like, own it, right? Guys, like, you can be at the grit and not be successful. So my challenge to everyone here is to own the whole thing. Don't give your success or your failures to anyone. Own them. And I'm telling you, your life will be way better. I hear so many people complain it was the market, it was this. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, it was you. And that's okay. Because then I have a superpower. If it was me, then there's nothing that can stop me. And I want you to look at my career success. I didn't start out amazing. I sold 60K in my first year. I always got better every year. I've knocked in like 19 different states with like 10 or 12 different companies, different packages, and I've never sold less, never. Because my success is my own, it's not the company's. Does everyone understand that? Okay, now we'll get into the actual training. So, Few little truths. Thank you. Okay. I want you guys to understand something, and this kind of goes off the last point that I just said. If in 2025 you are not good at selling, I hate to break it to you, but I want to give some power back to you. It's your fault. It is. Guys, me and Skylar and all these guys, I don't tell you this to feel bad for me. I'm proud of it. It was way harder to get good at this job. Like, guys, if I wanted to learn something, first of all, my managers all sucked. There was no training. There was no training videos. I had to go to a physical book, and I suck at reading. That's how I had to learn, right? And I had to read the whole freaking book to probably find one principle that was going to help me. Has anyone here not used ChatGPT? You need to fix that. You can be on the doors and say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm really struggling with this objection. Go scour the web and find me a bunch of good examples on how I can overcome this objection. And it will basically take all the learning out of it from you, take all the different books and put it right into a simple thing for you. It's so cool, right? You can say, hey, I don't feel like I got as much out of Parker's training as I want. I want to get better at building value and building the buying temperature. Hey, ChatGPT, give me a bunch of good things I can work on at building value, and it will teach you. Right? The biggest fear of a conference like this is I bet you 70% of the people in this room will do nothing with what they gain, statistically. You are the only person. I can't have that success for you. You have to own that. You are the only person that can decide if you want to do something with this training. And like I'm telling you, I've lived a really amazing life because a lot of the trainings I sat in, I decided to do something about it. So I want you to write this down. What are you going to do to, like, because of this conference, because of this training, are you going to do something about it? And remember, no one can do that for you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. So, the goal of this training is to teach you how to build customers' buying temperature and getting you more sales faster. I hope you've seen, I've been sitting in these trainings. Guys, you can get better without getting any better. There's all these little things that you can do, and you start to realize, like, wow, maybe Drew is good, but maybe he's just doing all of these little things. And like, if you can get 10 different areas where you get 5 extra sales, all of a sudden you just got quite a bit better. So that's kind of one of the goals as well, is to get you better without actually getting you better. If you execute on this training, here's some specific improvements you'll see. You'll increase customers' buying temperatures, therefore increasing your sales. Who here does not want to increase their sales? Okay, cool. Pay attention then. You'll get more yeses. Guys, I've never heard it articulated the way Brock articulated it. I think there's never been a more statement. I've sold when I sucked, and I've sold when I'm good, and it's a lot more fun when I'm good. Like, a lot more fun. Who doesn't like walking around feeling like they're just like super confident, everyone likes them, they're in an amazing neighborhood, they can't be stopped? Who doesn't like to feel unstoppable? But guys, being unstoppable is difficult. Like, it's hard. But like, be excited about that hard. You'll get more yeses. You'll have more engaged customers. Nothing sucks more than pitching people that are just like, and then you just don't learn anything about them. It's just not fun. You'll enjoy selling more. You'll learn to sell in a value-based way. What was the last one? And you will be rich as hell. Woo! Let's go. Come on. Hey, one thing on money. I don't believe money is good or bad. It just is something. It will make you more of whatever you are. The thing that makes me proud to be at this company is I think that we are a lot of really good people. So I'm really, really interested in helping this group make a lot of money because we will do a lot of good. I believe in God. And I believe God can do anything, but he wants to work through us. I believe he can do a lot more with someone with money than he can. There's a lot of people that can do a lot of good, but they don't have the means and the money to do it. Go be the person. If you believe in God or a higher power, go be the person that when God needs someone, he calls on you because you prepared yourself. That's like one of my big feelings in life. One of the things about Parker Anderton is I never want to limit God because I didn't make enough money or didn't work hard enough. Why? What was that? Amen. Think about a time you almost bought something but didn't. Pull out your notes and I want you to think about this. Anything. Think about a time that you almost bought something but didn't. What made you hesitate? What would have made you pull the trigger? And that's what, guys, that's what we're trying to solve here, is building the right emotional and logical cues to get the yeses faster. Everyone should be writing, by the way, or you're basically communicating to me that you're too good for this training, and that's super uncool of you, right? These trainings will only be as good as you make them. And so again, it's the same thing. Let's go back to morning meetings. If you want to have a phenomenal summer, be the guy that every time the manager asks you to do something, you're the first one to do it. You're the first one that buys in. If they say, think about this, think about it. If they say, try it, and I'm telling you, that is a massive key to success. Why? Customers buy emotionally and justify logically. And probably a lot of you are thinking about things you've bought from an emotional thing, you start to justify it to yourself. They don't buy pest control most of the time because of a technical detail. They buy because of, there's so many things right here. We're fine. They don't buy pest control because of technical details. They buy because of feelings, of safety, convenience, urgency. Here's a really tough thing you need to accept. Guys, like Todd said yesterday, this is a very short sales cycle, like 10 to 15 minutes. Unlike any other sales, you have a very, very small window to close the deal. So if a customer's buying temperature isn't raised fast enough, they won't make a decision. That's why you have to do all the little things right, because you don't have 3 hours to make up for the wrongs. You have like 10 to 15 minutes, and we're going to talk about a lot of the things that hopefully maybe you're not even thinking about. Maximize every single door. It's not just about pitching, it's about building momentum. The more momentum you create in an area, the easier sales become because the neighborhood warms up to the idea. I know something about this. Who here has sold more than 29 in a day? Raise your hand. I have. Like, I know what it's like to have momentum like this. Easiest sales day of my whole life. I had 4 people tell me no. Next day I sold 21, 50 in 2 days, serviced every single one of them. And I'm telling you it's because of things we're going to talk about in this. Okay, pre-door prep. Guys, buying temperature is not something that's just in the sale, but I'm telling you that's how most of us think about it. You can immediately ruin a person's buying temperature before you even step on the door, right? One of them is like geographical cues. I go up to a door prepared. I know if there's a river behind them. I know if they're in a new development, what builder phase they're in. I know anything I can know about the geography that's going to help me, because is that going to increase their buying temperature once I'm in the sale? For sure. Guys, I want to tell you why I wore this today. I believe that knocking is a very spiritual thing to me. It's changed my absolute life. I wear this. This is like what I knock in. I put it on today and it almost made me cry. Because for 8 years I put this on and I got to go be in the trenches with my brothers. And I got to go build a dream life. And I look at the life that my daughter's gonna live and I'm freaking proud of wearing this. Like, this to me is not just like a door-to-door sales outfit. It's like a badge of honor that I get to wear. But the thing that I'll tell you is people will look at you before they ever see you. My wife and I do this all the time. We love sending each other a picture of people through the doorbell. Before they ever see you, the way you look will increase or decrease their buying temperature. If I look through the door and I see someone sketchy, do you think my buying temperature goes up? So go out and look professional and look like someone who's inviting. Guys, don't be the person that if I look through my doorbell, I'm coming to the door with a gun, which I do, by the way, occasionally. I obviously hide it. But like, there are people that come to that, I look through the doorbell and I'm like, man, that looks like a good person. I'm going to go talk to him. You can control that. The energy you give off, guys, this is what I'm so passionate about. Anyone that knows me knows I'm less passionate about the technical stuff and more passionate about the other things, the things that you say to yourself. If you're beating yourself up all day, if you're negative all day, you are not going to give off a good energy, and you will work against yourself all day. I hear reps say all the time, Parker, like, I swear I'm saying the same things as you. It's like, yeah, but the energy you're giving off, you're depressed, man. You're sad. Brock Greaves, something that he just said in his training, he said to me about 5 years ago, I would always dread the summer. Oh, I hate the summer, because I would think about all the negative. And I don't think Brock actually loved the summer, to be clear, but the words you speak matter. And so he said, I love the summer. I can't wait to go home. That's my home. The only change I made that year was I started telling myself that instead. I love the summer. I love this job. And guess what happened? Was the happiest summer I'd had up to that point, and nothing changed about my circumstances. Because the energy I think I gave off, like, guys, the words that you speak matter. The words that you speak matter. So if you want to increase the buying temperature, and I bet you've never heard this, right? You want to increase the buying temperature, go give off better energy. Who's ever been to a coffee shop and had someone who just has like a sour energy? Do you like buying from that person? I'm telling you, focus on this, your sales will automatically go up. This is one of the biggest ones. Guys, I'm looking through my doorbell. I see when people smile. And if you don't know how to force a smile when maybe things aren't going well, figure it out. Go start writing down things you're grateful for. Get to know yourself. I own my success, right? I own that I can be happy in all circumstances. And I'm telling you, that's a big one. Before we even knock a door, we can set ourselves up for success. Do you guys agree with that? Okay, guys, I'm telling you, you should have to own that. Like, it's not a bad thing to say, like, look clean cut, whatever that looks like. I've seen people knock with beards down to here that are clean cut, right? I've seen people, like, in all different walks of life that look clean cut, but go out and look like someone who you would want to talk to. On the doors, I don't want to be the guy that's wearing the super baggy pants and like, guys, you know me, I'm into style. But on the doors, I want to look professional, right? Because guess what? I don't just represent myself, I also represent the company, okay? Now, once we're at the door, here's how we can make the customer feel comfortable. Very simple. I'm telling you, we have gotten away from some of the basics. My first year, there was very little training. One of the things they said is go look in a mirror and go like this and get a really comfortable nod. How many of you have gone to a mirror, looked at it, and found the comfortable nod? I have. My whole first year, they said, hey, just make sure you get customers to agree with you a ton and nod. And if they do, they'll nod back. Guys, our brain, our thoughts, everything is connected. What does our brain associate this with? Yes. When I nod, you want to go have a fun day on the doors, nod, and you'll watch. What will people do back? Because they mirror. They nod. What is that suggesting to them without even doing it? Is that dude, hey, I like saying yes to this guy. I'm telling you, my best summers, I'm like everything I want. Hey, how's it going, man? I'm Parker. I'm the manager out here at the Axiom. Probably seen our trucks out here. And it might sound goofy, but these people are like this. And I'm telling you guys, like, I'm saying the same thing you are. I just make it way easier for them to say yes to me. Because if they're doing this to me the whole time and then I finally ask them to say yes, they're like, yes. It's the weirdest thing. But it's true. Your own body language influences the customer. If you subtly nod and speak, they will subconsciously nod too, making it easier to say yes. But it's not just that. Guys, if you're sad, you are giving off that energy. How many of you, everyone think about the person they know the best in the world. Think about someone. Everyone have someone in mind. Think about like your best friend, your girlfriend, your wife. Can you know if they're sad or depressed or something's off without them ever saying one word? Then let me give you a hack. So can customers. They can know if something's off. So guys, happiness is a big piece of this. You got to find a way to be happy. This job's dope. Okay, get them comfortable, or nod as you ask questions. If I want them to agree with me and I say this, what happens to my odds of them agreeing with me? Goes up. I'm telling you, my best summers, my 29 day, I was like this all day. My neck hurt, like actually, because I'm doing it all day. And it is something you have to practice. Go look in a mirror because there's too fast, there's too big, you got to go find what looks like a little bit natural. Yeah, not that. Do it again so everyone can see. Yeah, not that. And guys, what did I put there again? Guys, let me tell you two different statements. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? Is there really that much of a difference? If you smile more, I promise you this, you will automatically sell more deals. It is a fact. I do not like buying from people that don't smile. Sometimes when people are pitching me on my door, I'm like, dude, smile. You're going to sell me if you smile, bro. Smile. Free money. Smile. Okay? Guys, bandwagon. I'm telling you, if you want to increase your buying temperature, it's not just the way you look. It's not just the things you say. It's not what you do with this. Guys, it's also like this type of stuff. All day, I'm building a book of things that are going to help me be successful. If I see a wasp nest on a door, they don't even have to answer. Guess what's going to happen on the next door? Yeah, dude, so I was looking at your neighbor's house over there. They didn't answer, but they had a wasp nest. I assume it's something you're kind of getting up here in your neighborhood too. Something like that, right? I bandwagon everything. Every person that tells me no, I get their name. Why? Because I'm going to write it down, red pen, John, doctor. Probably at some point later in the neighborhood, someone's going to say, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, do you know John right there? He's a doctor too. Yeah, I do know John. What do you think? Do you think they feel more comfortable with me when I'm like talking to them about their neighborhood, like one of their neighbors? Yeah. And this is, I swear to you, it's true. Almost every area I go to, at least once, I'll have someone say, hey, where do you live in my neighborhood? That tells me that I make buying temperature, I make it go up, right? Because I bandwagon everything. I bandwagon objections. I bandwagon no's, literally. Oh yeah, your neighbor said no too, but then they like this. Oh, John next door, he actually had the spiders. He actually didn't sign up, but obviously if he's getting the spiders, that means you're getting them too. I'm telling you, bandwagon is one of the biggest things that we can all do better. And you can bandwagon like literally everything. Oh, you have a cute dog. Do you know Sarah right there? She has a dog too. Oh yeah, we see them on walks. Sarah's super nice. I'm easier to say yes to than you because I talk to them like their neighbors talk to them. Guys, you want to know something else? You are being judged not just through doorbells, in cars. I made a commitment my second year that every car that would go by me, I'd go like this. I look weird all day. And guess, I'm telling you, at least once an area, hey, you're that guy that waved at me yesterday. Yeah, that was me. How's it going? I'm Parker. It makes their buying, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't realize that buying temperature is so much more than just the words, and they make it go down.
Yeah, I think like waving at like every car that goes by is like huge. I stopped doing that for a while. My sales went down. I went back to doing it, and I get like 3-4 sales in that neighborhood more every time I do it. I can see the car that I waved at, and then I sell them because they're like, oh, what's up? You know, they open the door, they're smiling. It's way better.
And even, guys, let's say even if that wasn't true, which I believe it is, don't you want to be the guy that's known as the happy guy in the neighborhood? If you're known as the creepy guy or the weird guy or the weird girl, do you think that's going to increase buying temperature or decrease it? Okay. Show don't tell. Skylar Griffin. Again, I'm never too experienced in this industry to get better. Going into like my 7th year or 8th year knocking, the year before that, Skylar told me, he's like, dude, one of the craziest things, we always pitch on the doorstep. Whenever I see wasp nest or anything, I incorporate it in my intro. Hey, how's it going? I'm Parker. I'm the manager out here with Axiom. We take care of this kind of stuff right here. It increases their buying temperature. I want you to think about a customer or a homeowner. Who here owns a home? Okay, when you get home after a long day of work, do you go take a lap around the house to find the new bugs? So guess what happens when you say, yeah, we take care of the wasp nest up there. You're going to go, I don't have wasp nest, even if you do. You want to increase their buying temperature and you see stuff, take them to it. And then guys, it doesn't have to be awkward. Let's say this is the homeowner. I'm like, yeah, so we take care of this kind of stuff over here. And then it's awkward and they stand back there. I'm like, yeah, we just take care of this kind of stuff right here. No worries. Other kind of, I'm Parker, but I roll through it. I smile. You can share my hand. I smile. I'm happy. Like, it's only awkward if you make it awkward, right? Use their house as your presentation board. It's such a simple thing, and I want you to ask yourself this question. How many people that I pitched last year was I just standing on their doorstep the whole time? I'm not even saying get in the backyard. I'm just saying, like, are you actually using their house as a presentation board? You will sell more people just by doing that. Again, now you sell more people by the way you look. You're going to sell more people by being happy. You're going to sell more people by smiling. You're going to sell more people by actually using their house as a presentation board. Like, guys, I'm giving you free money. You can share it if you want. Show, don't tell. Okay, we already went through this one. Urgency. I want you to ask yourself this question. Guys, like, they have so many people knock on their door. Solar, alarms, meats, windows. Those pest control, why I'm passionate about it, it is one of the only ones that has actual, real urgency. But they don't know that. Because to them, you're just every other door-to-door guy. The amount of times I say today throughout my pitch, it's not once. I just keep saying it. And I love when customers say, yeah, you're like, you did say as a today thing, so you probably don't have like a card or something. It's like, yeah, I don't have a card because it's just a today thing. Like, it's a very simple thing. Saying it over and over again. Guys, how many of you have bought something that you probably didn't need just because of like Black Friday? It's like a real psychological thing. Because again, if there is urgency or something's going to run out, but I'm telling you, a lot of us pitch like there's unlimited spots. I started walking away from people. Not like mean in the middle of the pitch, but like when people would be like, yeah, I want to do it tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, then we just won't be able to make it happen. We'll catch you next time. Walking away, hey, wait, come here. I think I might want to do it. I'm telling you, it's the weirdest thing. But guess what every other door-to-door guy does? Oh, you want to call me in a week, month? Fine, yeah, call me. Yeah, I'll still give you a discount. Like, if you're pitching that way, then it's impossible. You are doing the opposite of urgency. This is something that I think we can all improve on. And again, if you want to learn more about this, because we do have limited time, go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm struggling with creating urgency. I do door-to-door pest control sales. Teach me how I can have more urgency. I'm telling you, you'll learn. Offer incentives tied to immediate action. Since we're already here, it's not a call-in discount. The only reason I'm here today. The amount of times I said that after Skylar's summer, hey guys, it's not a call-in discount. Only reason I'm here. Only reason I'm here. Reason I'm here is to get people on the route. Yeah, if you were to call in, obviously we always want your business, but you'll actually be the most expensive person I take care of because you'll be on the opposite route of everyone else. Imagine if the trash man came out, he did 9 people on your street, and then he had to come back the next day for 1. Cost him more, right? Same thing with me. Do you see how that creates real urgency where they actually get it? And guys, like, you want to know how I learned how to say that? Because I kept saying it the wrong way, and people just weren't getting it. So I started trying to figure out, and I owned my own success. It's no one's fault but my own. So how can I start? So I just started trying things. And one day I looked at the trash man come by, and I'm like, hey, the trash man gets all these trash cans. What if he like had to come back for just 1 different trash can? That would suck. And like every homeowner knows what it's like to put their trash cans out. And so I started saying that, started working. Doesn't mean you have to work it that way. It doesn't mean you have to use it. But that's how I learned that. Okay, effective questions. Guys, a lot of times they know why you're there, right? So if you ask them a question like, what bugs do you see? They're gonna be like, nothing. I'm telling you, it's the weirdest thing. If you just go, yeah, like obviously, I'm sure, like what kind of bugs have you guys seen in the past? Asking questions about the past will actually tell you things about the current. It's the weirdest thing. And that increases their buying temperature. Can you see why? Right? So again, guess how I learned this? Because I kept freaking asking questions that didn't work. So instead of like bitching about it and crying, I just went and I started, hey, I'm gonna start asking a lot of questions, and the questions that work, I'm gonna ask those more. The questions that don't work, I'm gonna stop asking those. That's like how I got good at this, right? So remember, this training isn't what's gonna get you good. What's gonna get you good is going out and like practicing. And things will change every year, right? You'll find new things. So be a self-learner. Asking questions that you will always win on. You may not know this, but in the pitch, hey, so do you guys have a company or not yet? Guess what? If they have a company, I take care of them. Guess what? If they don't have one yet, I take care of them. It's an ultimate win type question. So start to look at questions. Hey, I can't give you a list of 1,000 questions. Guess what you could do if you wanted to learn a bunch of good questions to try? Hey, ChatGPT, I'm a door-to-door salesman. I sell pest control door-to-door. Give me a bunch of really good questions that could help me increase the buying temperature of a customer. I bet you it'll give you a bunch of them. Maybe they're good, maybe they're not. Go try them. The ones that work, what should you do? Keep trying them. The ones that don't work, what should you do? Like, guys, hopefully one of the things I can give everyone is I want to put you back in the pilot seat. You're the pilot of your own success, and you got to own it. Like, this is not going to get you better. It's taking it and then sitting in the pilot seat and working on it, okay? Digging. So many reps, I mic'd up a lot last year, and I would listen to reps when they were selling, and they would say things like this, oh yeah, we get the ants. Okay, cool, yeah. And then they would just move on. Digging to me is like, hey, you just said something on the surface level. I want to keep digging as far as you'll let me go because I'm going to remind you more and more that you have this problem. Oh my gosh, you get the ants. Where do you get them at? Oh, we get them inside. Are they like the big ones or the small ones? Do you see how that was like one of those questions that like, either way I win? Big ones or small ones? Oh, they're the big ones. Are they like the black ones or the red ones? Doesn't matter to me which ones they are. But I'm getting the customer to think about it, right? And there's a lot of other ways we can go through that. Help them focus on the problem and think about it. And then I close them. What I'm doing is I'm reminding them they have a problem, and then guess what I do? I offer them an immediate solution. Like, and we're going to talk about something that people do a lot. So the yes train. Logically, the more someone says yes to me, is it easier or harder for them to say yes to me when I actually ask for the deal? A lot of people, basically the first time they try to get someone to say yes is at the end of the deal or after they go through pricing. By the time I'm doing that, and I'm saying the same things as you guys, I've had them say yes to a bunch of different questions. They're nodding their head with me. I'm smiling, so they're smiling. I'm happy, so they're happy. And so all of a sudden, like, people literally have listened to my sales and be like, bro, that was lay down after lay down. And I'm like, no, dude, when you do things the right way, you will create lay downs. Because instead of working against yourself to bring their buying temperature down, you're going to bring their buying temperature consistently up, okay? And it's like a game. This is so fun. Guys, if you should look at this and be excited. It is fun to increase people's buying temperatures. It's like a superpower. So good examples. Make it easy for the customer to agree. I'm sure you know how the cobwebs and wasps get up in the eaves. Yeah, you know how these little cracks and crevices are by the base, right? See what I'm doing? See how you nodded back? You know how the bugs come from the yard, right? I want you to look. There's a very slight difference between these. The bad example is they create objections because they assume too much. Because if you say to most homeowners, you know how you get the wasps and the eaves out back? What are they going to say? Well, I don't get the wasps and the eaves out back. That decreased their buying temperature. They just said, hey, I disqualify myself. Hey, you know how you get the cracks and crevices down here? I've never had one be like, no. No cracks on my house, buddy. Like, that doesn't happen, right? Yeah, you know how bugs come from the yard, right? No. Come from inside. It's like, no, people don't say that. So again, and the purpose here is I'm just getting them comfortable to saying yes. Like, and I've had a couple of compliments that I think about, and this isn't to hype myself up. It's to tell you, like, I know this works. I have people that say, I don't ever say yes to door-to-door guys. I can't believe I'm saying yes to you, Parker. And in my mind, I'm like, but it's because like all these other door-to-door guys work against themselves, and I work for myself the whole time, right? Moving on, bug confessions and capitalization. The better yes questions you ask, the more confessions that will come out. Once a bug confession comes out, press it by asking follow-up questions, which we already talked about. I don't know why I put this slide in here twice, essentially. Same concept, right? Soft closing throughout the service. Yes questions. You know, you've probably seen my trucks out here, right? And then, again, we're going to go through this problem, what the bugs do, solution, what we do, and why it's important. And we're not going to go through all of them because it's very simple, but it's just the yes question. I'm sure you've seen how cobwebs and wasps like to get up in the eaves, right? Cool. What the problem is what happens if you knock them down, they leave a scent or mark it, and they always pop back up in the same spot. So every time we come out, we'll sweep and treat all your eaves and overhangs. That way they don't keep popping up. Does that make sense? How many people are going to go, no, that doesn't make sense? People are prideful. I've almost never had someone go, no, that really doesn't make sense, man. And so what's happening is they're getting used to saying yes to me, right? I didn't do this for a long time until Drew Hansen came into the company, and I realized after every point of the survey, he said, does that make sense? And I thought it was the weirdest thing. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing to ask a customer. Of course it makes sense. But I realized that what Drew was doing is he was the conductor of the yes train. He just wanted them to get yes, and guess what? Drew sells a lot more than me. So when people sell more than me, I do what they do. And guess what? I started doing that and it worked. Very, very simple. And this is like with every part of the service. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can kind of see it's the same flow, right? Okay. I never want my customers to go on autopilot. Checking in with the customer keeps them on track of talking with them instead of talking at them. Do you guys see the difference there? How many of you, think about it, how many of you spend a lot of time talking at people? Like I know I do a lot of that, especially when I'm having bad days, I'm not thinking. You want to increase people's buying temperature, start to talk with them. Ask them questions. Hey, what was your name, man? How long you been in the home for? Watch the difference. How long you been in the home for? That's like a weird, creepy question. Hey, how long you been in the home for? All of a sudden, it's like a nice, like, yeah, I'd love to get to know you a little better.
Sweaty.
Yeah.
I said this in a previous training, but also too, guys, like, if you guys aren't doing this, I promise no one's listening to you. Like, you knock on their door, you pitch the whole thing, they didn't hear one word. They're like, when is this fucker gonna leave? That's it. That's all they care about. For real. It's like, that's it. But all of a sudden you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna spray right here, make sure nothing gets in your weep holes. Like, does that make sense? They don't even know what a weep hole is. Now they're like, yeah, that makes sense. And now they're engaged. Now they're like listening to you. Now they're like making eye contact, right? It's like, I promise if you guys aren't doing this type of thing, no one listens to you. You may as well not even talk because they're just waiting for you to finish so they can tell you no and kick you off the porch. But if you actually get them engaged, right, like Swandy's saying, and guys, it's so easy. It's like, yeah, do you guys see more watts from the front or the back? Good luck telling me no to that. It's like, you guys see stuff more on the inside or more on the outside? Good luck telling me no to that. It's like, you have full control. Like, Swandy is showing you how you have full control, but guys, like, why this is important isn't, like, this isn't what makes people buy. Like, it's just the fact of, hey, if you want people to have the potential of making a buying decision, they have to listen to you. And if you don't do this, I promise they're not listening. They are literally just sitting there, and it's going in one ear, and it's going out the other ear, and they don't care about one thing you're saying.
And guys, the challenge in this is, guys, this is a little bit easier to do when you're having a good day. Who here has had a good day? What do you think you're smiling naturally when you're having a good day? Hell yeah. Guys, do you think when you're selling every door and you're crushing it, do you think you're giving off a little bit more of a confident energy? You are. You think you're talking to the customer because you feel like you're like, man, this person's lucky to talk to me. Guys, that's not the challenge. Everyone can sell on good days. If you want to be elite, you got to learn how to sell on your worst days. It's funny, Drew said something the other day. I've started to realize as I've like been around a lot of other elite reps, like we think similarly. Drew and I both totaled our cars one time, both went out and sold that day. He sold like 18, I sold 9. He's quite a bit better than me. But it's like, that was a bad day. That was a really bad day, right? Guys, there's days where I'm bageling and it's 8 o'clock. And I'm like, you know what, Parker? You can still be happy. I don't care if I bagel. But it's not going to be because I don't work the hours. I'm going to work all the way till the end of the buzzer. And if I don't bagel, I'm going to walk away with my head held high. And then guess what happens on almost all of those days? I sell. So this I want you to understand is a challenge. This is not, you almost don't have to focus on your big days. That's like the weird part about it. You have to learn how to create that same energy when you're having bad days. Everyone stand up really quick again. On the count of 3, we're going to yell. We're going to remind ourselves that we have energy. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Okay, sit back down. Maybe don't go out and yell in the neighborhood every time, but I'm just trying to tell you, right? Like, a question that I would ask myself if I was you is, what makes me happy? If you don't know the answer to that, you will have a tough life. What fires me up? What makes me excited? Guys, guess what makes me excited? Looking at a bunch of shit I can't afford. Because it motivates me. So when I'm having a bad day, I take a few minutes, I go on KSL and I start looking at supercars and helicopters and private planes, and I'm like, man, I'm not sitting on that curb. Because if I do, I'm never going to be able to afford this. That's me. Guys, you want to know something that makes me happy? Gratitude. I'll just start texting random people. It's really hard. It's almost impossible to be sad when I'm happy or when I'm texting people things I'm grateful for. What I'm trying to tell you is if you want to be elite at this job, if you want to like practice all these principles, you got to know what makes you happy. Maybe it's a memory that you think about. Maybe it's a photo you look at. Like, you got to know that stuff because this job is one of the most personal, like you are by yourself all day. And this job taught me that I can be happy in any circumstances. Because I can be happy when I'm getting yelled at, happy when I'm getting cussed out, happy when I'm selling well, happy when I'm bageling. I can be happy when I'm like the 5th guy in the neighborhood and everyone effing hates me. And I can be happy when I'm on the Facebook page. If you can be happy in that, guys, what a superpower. So ask yourself that question. What makes me happy? And like really, really understand that. And there's no wrong answer. I don't give a crap what it is, but you got to know that. And like, it's kind of weird that supercars makes me happy. Looking at things I can't afford makes me happy. It does, right? I love looking at boating because it reminds me that's my why. I'm doing this so that when my daughter is 16, she can take all of her friends to Lake Powell like I never had the opportunity to do. I'm doing this, and all of a sudden it makes the hard thing not hard anymore because I remember why I'm doing it. Does that make sense? As you guys can tell, I'm less of a technical trainer and more of an emotional trainer because technical stuff will only get you so far. You can know this shit inside and out, and if you're a sad person, you won't sell any better, you'll probably actually sell worse. Okay, close when the temperature is hot. 4 things, right? You should be reading their temperature. When the customer is nodding and asking questions and agreeing, do not keep selling. Try to close them. Guys, how many of you have ever sold someone in the intro? Shut up. That is depressing. Guys, it's because I think people think that like you have to get through the pitch. Hey man, how's it going? I'm Parker with Aptiv. Oh, do you guys do ants? Yeah, we do. We can actually take care of that today. What was your name, man? Cool. We can come by in about an hour. What was your last name? He literally just said, I have a problem, Parker. Can you solve it? I'm telling you, like, there's no right or wrong answer, but if a customer's on it and he's happy or she's happy and they're nodding, I'm like, I'm going to move to the next step. The whole point of building temperature is that, hey, I want them to get to that point where they're like wanting it. So why are you so afraid to close? Because they're going to say no? Well, they already said no by not closing. And by the way, if you don't close, who said no? You were the customer. You. Don't call me ever and bitch about this job being hard when you say no for people. Quick side training that's not in this. Really side note. How many of you, raise your hand, have ever not knocked a door because someone was like mowing their lawn? Raise your hand. How many of you have ever not knocked a door because of a no soliciting sign? Raise your hand. How many of you have ever not knocked a door because someone had groceries in their hand? Okay. How many of you have ever not knocked a door because, their lawn was not kept? How many of you have ever not knocked a door because you told yourself some story? That guy's not interested. He's not going to want to buy it. Okay, I want you to write this down, and I want you to remember this all summer. Parker Anderton's head's going to come into your mind when this happens. Who said no there? You or them? You will get free sales by just not saying no to people. Later in my career, I just committed to live in reality. What that means is like if I go up to someone and they're mowing their lawn and they tell me no, cool. That actually happened. But if I say they're going to say no because they're mowing their lawn, like I'm not living in reality. And I'm actually the worst part about this job. I never say no for people. I make them say no to me or say yes to me. And that gives me more opportunities to sell. Okay, that was beside the point. This one, I was talking with Easton. I think this is one of the most key things that everyone should remember. Most deals are lost because reps talk past the close. They miss those cues of the customer being interested. The customer says to you, do you have ants? What they are saying is, I have ants, Parker. Can you take care of them? I don't, if that's in the intro, if it's in the service, it doesn't matter where it is, like close them. Yeah, I take care of ants. Where do you get them? Inside. Okay, big ones, small ones. Small ones. Cool, yeah, we can take care of that today. What's your last name? What's the worst thing they're going to say? No? And then it's like, then I go back and I start looping.
So any buying question, you're instantly closing?
100. They're literally asking me a buying question. That's the whole point of the pitch. I'm trying to get them to do that, so yes. And I'm not afraid. What's the worst that happens? Hey, I've literally closed someone in the intro. Hey, man, do you take care of the ants? Yeah, I do. We can do that today. What was your name? Whoa, what do you even do? Oh, yeah, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Yeah, the ants. Let me show you what I do for the ants. But a lot of times, I literally had a guy, knocked on his door. He said, start snapping in my face. Hey, what is it, man? What is it? I'm like, it's pest control. He goes, oh, do you take care of wasps? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, I can do it today. I can get you set up right now. Hands me his credit card and his driver's license and walked inside. That's how I signed him up. He walks back. I'm like, hey, I got to tell you. He's like, I don't care. I'm like, hear me out. I'm going to do 7 services. I'm going to treat around the house. And if you see anything, call me in between. I need you to sign here. He's like, cool. He didn't care. He wanted his wasp nest taken care of, and he wanted to know it was going to work.
So Parker's always, and Drew has ran the train the trainers, and there's like the pitch framework where it's like intro, service, price, program, close. The whole purpose of the pitch is to get to the close. And I love what Parker talks about because, like he just said, if they say no right there, you just go back to where you left off in the pitch and keep building value to get to the close. But like the pitch is a framework to get you to the close. Same thing he said like 3 slides ago. you'll hear reps, and we'll hear reps that have, they're getting the ants in the yard. I haven't done the eaves yet. I gotta explain the eaves. Ants are not in the eaves. So like, close them. You don't have to explain every piece of the service. Like, close them on what they find important and what their value is. You don't have to talk about the eaves, the garage. Like, you don't have to talk about every single thing. What Parker's saying is like, close when the value's high. A lot of reps lose deals with this. It's like, cool, yeah, those ants, we'll do this. By the way, up in your eaves, we knock down all the spider web.
Buying temperature immediately goes down because they don't care about that.
And then they want a card, and then they're gone. So like, the pitch is just a framework to get to the end of the deal. It's just it's a roadmap to get you there. You don't always have to do every single thing in the pitch. It's just a guide to get you to the close. And if you can get there faster, great.
100%. And guys, I want to really emphasize this thing that's not on the slides. Like, guys, live in reality. Live in reality. Because at least if you're living in reality, you're living an authentic life, right? Guys, if I knock on a no soliciting sign and they get mad, first of all, am I going to freak out? I'm going to, hey, sorry, man, just trying to do my job. I'll get out of here. And I move on. Is it worth like pissing that person off? And guys, I have accepted they have every right to be mad at me. They had a no soliciting sign and I knocked on it. Right? Like, guys, when someone comes out and they're pissed off, do they have every right to be mad? You knocked on their house. They didn't invite you, so I'm like cool with it. I don't get all emotion. I'm like a really emotional guy. Emma, is that facts? I'm really emotional. That's not a bad thing. I think it's a superpower. But I'm telling you, like, I just live in reality. So it's like, guys, people are gonna get mad at you, and that's their right. That's okay. But I'd rather like knock on the door and then be living in the reality that they are mad than like be like, oh, I'm not knocking on that door because they're gonna. Because again, then all I'm doing is saying no for people. I am being the hardest part about this job is rejection, and I'm going out and rejecting myself all day, like all day. And who here is realizing that they do that? I'm telling you, I've given that little piece of the training before, and it gets people free sales. Hey, dude, I wasn't gonna knock on this door because they had a black SUV, and I never sell people with a black SUV, but I lived in reality, and I sold them. It's like, cool, live in reality.
So thinking about like, if I was on the door, I got that thing in the intro. I think where I would be scared is like, they don't understand the pricing, the program, like they don't know what they're signing up for. I gotta tell them before I close.
Yeah, I'm telling that as I'm filling out the contract, because I'm assuming it's like, well, you need it, so then I'm just gonna tell you about it. Like, so it's like, yeah, what's your name? Cool. And obviously, dude, like, the cool thing about this is we're gonna take care of those ants. We're gonna come out basically once every other month, and if you see anything in between, it'll be free. Then what was your phone number? Cool. Other thing you're gonna love, dude, is like, I know you're signing up for the ants, but like, we do take care of all this too. So cool thing is you're getting the ants, but everything else is there too. Anyway, what was your email? It's like, dude, you don't. Because again, the point of the pitch is to like create value for the customer. If they're saying I have value, then the rest of it is just like a bonus to them. Like, I'm telling you, my wife, we got rodents one time. Don't mention that to her. It's like a dark place. And I'm telling you, my wife could give two shits what else that company did. Couldn't care less. Couldn't care if it covered voles. She's like, does it take care of the mice? Yes, it takes care of the mice. Are you sure? Yes, and it did. Like most people, guys, if you have ants in your house, do you really care about anything else? Guys, if you go to a mechanic and you have like an alternator that's out, do you care if they rotate your tires, really? No. But it's kind of nice. So yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna like be like, wait. I will fix your alternator, but guess what else I'm gonna do? It's like, no, I'm gonna be like, cool, yeah, we'll do the alternator. Just so you know, man, one other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate your tires. And it's almost like this bonus to them. Does that make sense? I know I have 5 more minutes. I know that. Okay, they are interested but hesitant. Add reassurance, keep building value and increasing their buying temperature. Guys, I'm not afraid. Like, I can rack forever. And that's what my next training is about. Like, you can literally rack forever if you do it the right way, if you smile. Guys, a lot of you, because you don't think about smiling, you come across rude. Hey, man, yeah, can I just get a card? Totally. One thing that the neighbors really like, and I'm like, dude, totally, I get that. One thing the neighbors, you see the difference? Like, it's your demeanor, it's the way you go about it, and I'm happy. I'm happy to be there.
That's a good point, because there's no way they're going to be mad at you if you're happy.
Guys,
It makes it too awkward.
it's so funny. This is my favorite thing. If I look at someone and go, you're an idiot. If I go, you're an idiot. How different is that? I said the exact same thing. What is that teaching us about what it's not just what we say, guys. And so I'm not afraid of like closing them, and if their buying temperature isn't hot, cool. It's like, let's go create more value. Let's go talk about something different. I just have conversations with people. If they ask questions about bugs, the buying temperature is hot, close them. Do not loop and do large recaps, just ask for the close. Like it's that simple. Okay, guys, I'm going to ask you some reflective questions. They were supposed to come up one at a time. Don't look at them all. I will read them to you. Please write down the answer, okay? This is what's going to tie the training in for you. If you're a rookie, just imagine, or maybe try your best. For this first one, what is buying temperature and why does it matter in door-to-door sales? This is your interpretation based off what I just, so there's no right or, well, there's a right or wrong answer, to be clear. But I want you to say it in your words, based off what you just learned. What is buying temperature? Okay, this is where I'm going to challenge you to think about everything we just learned and like try to hone in on a couple of things. Which technique do you think will have the biggest impact on your own sales? There's a lot, it could be all of them, but pick one. You can't work on everything all at once, right? If you had to pick one of these things that you think is going to have the biggest impact on your sales, which one would it be? Write it down. Okay, can you guys think of a time when you lost a deal because the customer's temperature wasn't high enough? Based off what we just trained on, what could you have done differently? Are light bulbs going off? Is there things you probably could have done a little bit differently? And guys, if maybe you haven't sold pest control before, maybe you've sold something else, or maybe you've been a buyer in this situation. Try to like really step into this. What body language?
Big thing is once you get them there, I've lost deals because I brought them back down. Like with the buying temperature.
Yeah, it's because most deals are lost because we talk past the close. 100%. Okay, what are some ways we can naturally build urgency without making the customer feel pressured? Talk about today a lot. Today. The reason I'm out here today, what we're doing today, when my technician comes out today. A lot of the neighbors today have liked this. Like I just say it a lot, and it's like this natural way that builds urgency without them even realizing it. Reason I'm out here. Reason I'm out here today. What body language signals, we didn't really talk about this a ton from the customer standpoint, but again, go chat GPT it. Hey, I'm a door-to-door sales rep. I sell pest control. I want to get better at recognizing when customers' buying temperatures is hot. What are signals I should look for in their nonverbals? And I'm telling you, it will rip some amazing content to you. Hopefully, that's a big takeaway for everyone is, guys, you got to be a self-learner. All the people in this company that are really good at this, they were just self-learners. You guys are at a disadvantage because you have so many freaking resources that we think it's going to be spoon-fed to us. Like there is just no shortcut to success. There isn't, right? How can we apply the yes train in our next pitch? So I want to recap really quickly the three things I talked about, or the four things I talked about at the beginning, because all of this stuff is good. But I think it's those things I talked about at the beginning that's going to get this even further. Who remembers what those four things were? Can tell me one of them.
Creator of your own energy.
Okay, you're creator of your own energy. What does that mean? Someone tell me what owning your success and failures means.
If you win and you have a good day, it's not because, you know, Parker hooked me up with a Cush hood, new dad.
Hell yeah.
It's because like you were confident, and if you have a bad day, it's not because, oh dude, I would have ripped, but like this Cush guy came by and like stole all my deals, or oh that one person just made me get a negative mood. It's like you chose to have a good day or you chose to have a bad day.
And guys, it's a superpower, because then life is always going to be happening for you instead of against you. And we all know the people that life is happening against them. You will be good at this training because you decide to own it, or you will be bad at this training because you decided to not own it.
Dream bigger than your current self.
Guys, if you take nothing else away from my training, remember, nothing great that ever happened came from someone dreaming about something that was realistic. If your goal this summer, you don't feel scared by it, then that means you're probably already capable of achieving it, which means you will underdo what you are capable of. You should set goals that are so much bigger than what you can do, it forces you to become a better version of yourself. I dislike running to a very high degree. So 2 years ago, I ran a half marathon. It sucked. And the next year, I was like, I got to push myself to become better. I did a full marathon. Really sucked. Guess what I just signed up for? An ultra marathon, 50 miles. And I'm like, guys, I have to run 4 miles today, and it's like, but it's going to force me to become a healthier version of myself. I don't want to go set a goal to do a marathon. I'm already the person that can do that. I want to go set a goal, and that applies to every area of our life. Like, go set goals, and let's be a company. When they talk about grit marketing in 2040, it's like, man, those guys were dreamers. Those girls were dreamers. Those people became something that no one else thought was possible. Todd, because he was a dreamer and because he didn't dream about based in reality, amazing things have been accomplished because of that. And that's what we need to be. And I'm telling you, why do you not set the goal? Because you're afraid of not achieving it. Well, guess what? You already didn't achieve it by not setting it. Same thing. Guys, I want you to know something a little bit of something that I'm not afraid of. Guys, how many times do you think I set a goal to sell 1,000 accounts? How many times did I sell 1,000 accounts? Look at, and it's fine. Not every goal is meant to be, like, not every goal I'm gonna hit, but it made me a way better version of myself. I sold 2 golden doors. I had a 29 day. I had a 50, like, it's okay. I'm not afraid to set the goal because I don't, like, it's gonna push me to become that. That's what the beauty is in the process, is I've hit a lot of the goals I've set. But the ones I haven't, I got something way more out of it than hitting the goal because I became a version of myself that was at least capable of doing that. And that's powerful. There's other couple hands. We have like 2 minutes.
My favorite part was when you talked about closing early if necessary, because I think I've definitely lowered buying temperature.
For sure.
Asking me buyer's questions.
We all have.
And I need to like go through the whole pitch.
Yeah. And all you did is you forgot the point of the pitch. Because the point of the pitch is not to get through it. It's to get the buying temperature hot. We'll go here and then here.
Becoming someone that God can call on.
Yeah, and guys, if you don't believe in God, this isn't a religious thing. I'm just telling you that's like doctrine according to Parker. Is that's like one of my things I want to be known by. I want to be known as someone who makes decisions, who works hard, who makes enough money that if God ever wants to call on someone, he's not going to be limited in calling on me because I made decisions that could do that.
You choose how happy you are.
Facts.
Under all circumstances, you totaled your car. I remember when Stefan crashed his car. And yeah, you go out, you can choose how the day goes. It's all on you.
Yep. Okay, we got 2 minutes, so we'll go here, and then there was one up here, I think.
Never say no for people.
Guys, never say no for people. It's such a simple thing. We all say no for people. Don't do that, okay?
The trash day analogy.
Trash day, hey. And remember, the principle behind that is just that like something wasn't working, so I went to the drawing board to find something that was working. Adam, and then here, and then we'll finish.
Yeah, if you haven't read Extreme Ownership, do it. It couples with exactly what Parker's saying. But the biggest thing, taking extreme ownership in this job, you can only control what you can control. Taking extreme ownership of your failures and your wins allows you to control more, which allows you to grow more.
Yep. Okay, and then last one, then we'll get out of here.
If you're having a bad day, there's a mindset to yourself. I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad time. I'm having a bad hour. So get even.
Yep, and you have the power to do that. Okay, guys, thank you.
You get this?